When you think of salmon, what comes to mind? Maybe this, or something like this. Salmon has become a symbol of healthy eating. Rich in protein, full of omega-3s, and available in nearly every supermarket, all year round. It's a particularly popular choice for the holiday season, especially in Northern Europe. Maybe it appeared on your Christmas dinner table too. But Atlantic salmon, the species most consumed in Europe, is now listed as near threatened on the International Union for Conservation of Nature's Red List. In some countries, it has already disappeared. So the question is it still possible to eat the king of the fish responsibly and sustainably? Atlantic salmon, as the name suggests, is found in the northern Atlantic Ocean. It begins life in freshwater, travels to the ocean to reach adulthood, and then returns to the river it was born in to breed. But that's only true for salmon living in the wild. The reality is that most of the salmon eaten in the EU comes from non-member state countries, and 95% of it is farmed. In 2024, the EU imported 80% of its salmon from Norway, followed by the UK, the Faroe Islands, Iceland, China, and Chile. And when Europeans do eat wild-caught salmon, it's rarely Atlantic salmon. Most wild salmon entering the EU is Pacific salmon, coming from the US and Canada, usually sold as frozen, gutted, or canned products. We spoke with the NGO Salmon Watch Ireland, which promotes more sustainable salmon farming practices. It says farmed salmon is far from healthy and environmentally friendly.
There is colourant added to the food of farm salmon to make them look more attractive. If they were white-fleshed, no one would eat them, if you understand, because they wouldn't look like salmon. So, I mean, there are chemicals given to the fish. A lot of the organic standards have reduced chemicals. They use a thing called cleaner fish, which basically help with stopping infestations of sea lice. But that's not always successful and probably won't be as successful as chemicals would have been.
Colorants and sea lice infestations are not the only problems flagged when it comes to farmed salmon. NGOs also point to issues like overcrowding and high mortality rates in farm cages, which affect the well-being of the fish.
The problem with salmon farming is the welfare of the farmed fish themselves. What goes on in farms is all under the water. Nobody sees it. If the same practice were carried out on land, there would be uproar. There would really not be support to eat this product. But out of sight, under the water, is certainly out of mind.
So what about certifications? If the packaging says organic or responsibly farmed, can we trust that? The WWF recommends looking for this symbol, the Aquaculture Stewardship Council or ASC label. But other NGOs warn these labels can be misleading.
As with any certification body, there is a payment involved. These certification bodies are not really independent. It's a business.
So what can we do to protect this endangered fish? One option is swapping the salmon on your plate for less threatened species. Trout, for example, is a popular alternative, but most of it also comes from farms. A better choice is to go for wild-caught fish, although that does usually come with a higher price tag. In the past few years, vegan alternatives have also become more popular. Whether that's fake smoked salmon available in supermarkets or homemade tofu fillets, these products usually come with a lower environmental impact, but some can also be expensive. So, while it's not an easy choice, reducing our consumption just a little bit can help salmon populations on farms and in the wild.